Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to the Priestess Sophia. Today we're going to do something that's a little bit different, completely guided by highest guidance. I felt into what we need to be looking in today, and I got that actually we need a career reading. So this is what we're focusing on today, which is your career reading. How will this situation play out? So we've got 4 piles over here. Before we go into pile picking, what I'd just like to say is the vision and the mission of this channel is always, and this channel's imbued with it, is for you to listen to your highest guidance. So what I'm trying to ask you to do is to tap into your intuition and your body when you are not only listening to tarot readings or speaking to a psychic, but just in your day-to-day, because the more you do that, the more you understand what is right for you. You are always going to be able to tap into your highest guidance, maybe more than someone else. Now, the reason I say maybe is because sometimes when you're going through a difficult period or where you can't really see clearly, that's absolutely fine. Where you'd like a second opinion, then a tarot reader, a psychic, a counselor, a best friend, that they're perfectly fine to see and consult with. But then even then, when you are consulting with them, your intuition will come up and show you things, and it will show you what feels right to you. And sometimes, beautiful beings, it's not in the exact moment that it is happening. Remember, when you're working with intuition and when you're working with your spiritual aspects, time doesn't work the same way that it works in the 3D. So that means you can hear a message 20 years ago that's only relevant now. You can hear something about the past that makes complete sense now, but that it wouldn't have made sense back then. And sometimes it needs to happen like that because life is a puzzle and you don't always get all the answers. So I feel that it is very important to stress this. I've been reading tarot for the last 14 years now. I think it's actually even more than that. And I've been studying energy healing and been a psychic, accepted my gifts for the last 4 years. And it's very important to know these sort of things, to tap into your intuition and to use psychic ability and to work with your third eye is so important as a growing tool. Actually, it becomes a big spiritual responsibility in terms of your integrity and how you are as a person, or at least that is how I see it. Not everybody works like that. Some people are born psychic and they just go with that and don't necessarily learn the spiritual lessons that come with that. I believe there are consequences to those kind of things. I'm not saying they're bad consequences, but with any sort of action, there's a consequence, right? So I just feel like I want to state that very clearly. If you've listened to this part of the video, I'd be very keen to know who that is, because I feel that the people that I'm saying this to, this message is very relevant to you, because you probably have some strong psychic ability yourself, and you probably need to hear this. So please do let me know down in the comment section. For me, this channel is very important in terms of understanding my own growth too, and who I'm attracting and who I'm speaking to. And I love to know who I'm speaking to, so I'd like to know who's listening, if you don't mind sharing. All right, so what I'm going to say is, before we go, just as we enter into pile picking, is that please do listen to the messages that feel the most right for you. If it doesn't feel right for you, that's fine. Just let it go. Pick another pile. Do another reading on the channel. And sometimes your message is just 2 or 3 lines, or even a word that you need to hear that opens or sparks something in your mind. So do be wary of that too. But by no means don't take anything that doesn't resonate. All right? Okay. So pile 1. Your pile is this fluorite crystal over here. I haven't worked with fluorite in a very long time, So I find it interesting that I've chosen it. So that's for pile 1, chosen it for this reading. Pile 2 is this bumblebee jasper crystal, a very happy crystal. Pile 3 is this beautiful blue calcite. And pile 4 is this cornelian. Alrighty, beautiful beings, take a moment to take a deep breath in and then a slow exhale and become aware of your body. Arrive into the present, into this now moment. Take another deep breath in, and when you exhale, feel which pile stands out more energetically. So which one feels like it's popping out, drawing you in. If you're unsure, ask your heart. All right, you've made your selection, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your very first career reading here on the Priestess Sophia. So this is your pile if you chose the fluorite crystal. I'm going to be shuffling on camera because I just feel that that's the best way to go about it. I'm going to put your oracle cards over there in a moment. So whilst I'm shuffling here, do take a deep breath. Come into your body, ground yourself, see a root dropping down from the base of your spine into the earth. This is going to help you tap into your body a little bit more and be able to discern which messages are right for you. Take a deep breath in, slow exhale, and see that root dropping down into the earth. Alrighty, so this is your career reading. What and how will this situation play out? Alright. This is your first time at the Priestess Sophia pile 1. Do remember to like and subscribe. Here we're all about you listening to your highest guidance, which is your intuition. If you'd like a personal reading, I'd love to read your cards. It would be an honor. Do check out the description box. So pile 1, let's see. How will the situation play out in your career? What is going on? Okay, so we're going to go with that. We're going to go with this card, this one. Okay, we're going to go with this. And then I'm going to draw some guidance right at the end, but we're just going to go with that right now. Okay, so let's see what we've got. We've got King of Pentacles, we've got the Star, we've got 10 of Swords in reversed, upright or reversed. Okay, into the Queen of Swords, upright or reversed, upright. Okay, we've got the High Priestess, upright or reversed, upright. We've got the Hierophant, very interesting. Okay, there's love messages coming through here as well, just going to say that. You sneaky pile 1, you sneaky. Okay, so you've got challenging times. Okay, that is the 5 of Wands. Okay, we've got Mintaken, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. And then we've got Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Okay, so the first thing that I'm getting here is this is someone who's busy running their own business or has just started running their own business or is really thinking about starting to run their own business. I do feel that for some of you, not everybody, is that you may actually still be working for a company as well while this is happening. But what I'm really feeling very strongly is that this is the pile for people who want to start their own thing, whether you're still at a company or not at a company. I feel that you don't feel like you can really be yourself where you are. I feel that you often question the integrity of your bosses. I'm seeing that here with the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So this is often my boundaries card. She's about, and I'm seeing that the person who could be your boss, I feel like you may not always agree with their vision and the way that they move forward, or the company's vision, or the way that the company moves forward. And there's a very strong desire for you to actually focus on how you want things to play out and how you want things to function. I'm also seeing that for some of you, there is a potential to start. Some of you are asking about working with a specific person, so there's a business partner that's involved. It's most likely someone who is a little bit more masculine. That is for some of you. And you are inquiring about this reading specifically for that because maybe things haven't, you thought you were on the same kind of page, but there have been difference in viewpoints that have come up in your current situation. And now you're asking, how can you move forward in this space? Okay, so the most important thing here right now is not to compromise on what it is that you originally believed about what it is that you want to create. And I feel that where you are in the space, what is very important for you is to understand, lay a solid foundation, is to understand that what you are doing right now is building the grounding, the grounding for what it is that you want to create. I feel that there was a lot of inspiration. It felt very divinely guided, whatever you're wanting to move into, whether this is this new thing that you're starting or this business partner that you're working with. And it felt like the stars aligned and that your intuition told you, and there may be a little bit of a questioning around that. I do feel if you're in the partnership with someone, this is a good partnership because we literally have the High Priestess and the Hierophant coming up here, which is definitely showing that there are two people who are basically on the same level. And we do have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, because these two can be divine counterparts. Sometimes the High Priestess's divine counterpart is the Magician, but it can also be the Hierophant. So what's important, going back to the message, is to understand that you are laying the foundation for what it is that you want to build. And why, whatever challenges are coming up, it's so that you guys can find yourself on the same page. I feel that a lot of work has already been put in, or a lot of thinking and planning has been put in, and it's just not panning out. But this not panning out is so that you can really it's not even just get clear in your mind, it's so that you can solidify in creating what it is that you want to create. I do not feel that this is something that you should abandon or leave if that is what you're thinking. I do feel that you need to continue with this process. What this card talks a lot about is moving with the flow of things. So I think it's beavers, they build their dams, right? So they work with the water. So that's really talking about when you're working, watch how the water flows, watch how things flow. We're seeing that a lot here with the star as well, with her. I mean, look, we're even seeing a sort of a dam imagery over here, is that she's working with the water. She's not resisting it. She's allowing herself to be nude, to be vulnerable, going with the guidance of the light, still following her vision, still knowing that what she's wishing for, what she's dreaming for is possible, but allowing herself to build around the flow of the water. And a lot of the time, 70% of our bodies are water, right? So water is coming through as a very strong guiding principle. And for you, if you're watching this, water would probably be a very good thing for you to observe. This is a very esoteric message, but it feels like, since we do have the High Priestess and the Hierophant coming in here, that you probably are a very spiritual person, is that the observing water or just lying in water is really going to allow insights to come up for you around what is going on here in this space. I do feel that you're going to get a clearer vision of how to work forward with things, and I do feel that you are being asked to persist. But be clear about what you value. What you value is so incredibly important. And also, don't be afraid to assess your belief systems, because we've got this 10 of Swords in reversed and we've got the Hierophant. Don't be afraid to assess your belief systems in terms of like things that are outdated, that are actually not helping you in terms of how you move forward with this venture. It feels like there may be a lot of ideas, even specifically because I'm looking at challenging times around hard work. Like you may have been someone who was very much of a perfectionist, worked really hard, and then something didn't work out and then it failed, and you just felt like, I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted of really trying hard, like what's the point of it now? That may be coming up a little bit for you, but that is coming up as an old belief system and as a story that really does need to die, and it's something that you need to just allow yourself to cleanse from yourself. Okay, so what I am also feeling, like I said, I feel that this is very strongly a spiritual pile. So what I do feel is that whatever you're working on is very mission-based, mission and vision-oriented, because we have the star, we have the high priestess, we also have the Hierophant here. So I feel that this is also what's important about like why things are taking a little bit slower in this, especially if it's a business partnership. You guys really need to get on the same page, and you want to be sure that you have the same vision and mission, and that the foundation is really, really solid. This is because what you're building is going to be very successful. It's going to have the kind of impact and effect that you want, but it needs to be rooted. I feel that in yourself, it is very rooted, it is very strong, but because you're bringing something into fruition, and this is also if you're starting something, because you're bringing something into fruition and you're bringing it very much into the physical, and because this feels like a very new sort of idea and concept as well, it's not something that's very common within the 3D reality, is that it's going to feel like you're pulling a little bit more, and it's because it's that foundation, but it's a newer energy that you're drawing in and creating from. So do please trust that. So look, I've literally gone into advice before I've said how things are going to play out, but I do think what's important to understand is you're creating a foundation for success. Okay, so let's look within the next year how the situation is going to play out. How is the situation going to play out within the next year for pile 1? I also do think it's very important for you to pay attention to your intuition. I know I said that earlier, but I'm looking at the floor right now, and I just want you to be mindful of what you're listening to, who you're listening to, and whose advice you're following. Be sure that it is in alignment with your standards, your convictions, and your beliefs. Okay, so within a year, how is this going to play out? So you see 10 of Wands there. So I feel like within a year, you're going to nearly reach a point of completion. So whatever goal you have right now, you are going to be very, very, very close to reaching it. So it will be like within a year, you'll be at like just at the point of reaching it. Okay, whatever big goal that is that you have. But what I'm also seeing here is that in order for that goal to be successful, you've got to be open to the unknown, right? We've got a lot of like hidden things going on here, which is the High Priestess. We've got the Moon as well, as you can see. And we've even got the Hanged Man here. So this thing that you're building, this thing that you want to start is going to be good for your growth on a personal level and also a soul's level. But it feels very important that you allow the path, as you can see here with the Moon, to also unfold. Remember, we spoke very much about the water. We're seeing the image of the water again. So as you're building, as you're carving this path for yourself, follow the water, follow the signs, follow the guidance. You're going to have to roll with this. You really are going to have to roll with this. You're really going to have to trust your intuition, and you're just going to have to go with it. You have the skills to achieve what it is that you want to achieve, but you need to put in the work. This is not going to come out of thin air. Yes, manifest. You know, if you're manifesting, do that. Keep doing that. But there is some sort of knowledge. There is some sort of skill that you need to just fine tune as you move along. But I do feel that you'll be guided on that as you do move along. This Hanged Man is coming. It's coming up as reversed. And what I do feel is once you reach this goal, because if we look at this 10 of Wands, this 10 of Wands can often mean kind of stress and anxiety and burnout. But what I'm getting from it here is this is just a be mindful of that. But I'm getting it as you're so close, and in a year you're gonna get that big goal. And whatever kind of slowness that you've experienced in this process is going to flip up. It's going to change, right? Because we see the hangman is no longer stagnant. He's instead of hanging, he's kind of standing on one foot. A lot of dexterity is required here. So you've got to be adaptable. You've got to be awake. You've got to be aware. Those are very important skills that will be very useful for you in terms of what it is that you're working with here. So all in all, pile 1, this looks like you're going to be starting and doing something that's going to have a massive impact for other people. I feel like it could be very much in the wellness healing space, but if not that, it's going to be very, I want to say healing for your soul, but it's even more than that. There's going to be a lot of soul lessons and understanding and even enlightenment that comes from this experience. So do not give up. I also feel that you just need to be mindful that there may be some old belief, because I just saw that come up, where there may have been a lot of struggle in your bloodline specifically, especially if you have kids. That's coming through quite strongly right now, is to just be mindful that if that does show up for you in this process, it's also to heal that kind of ancestral story around struggle. It ends with you. It really does end with you. Pile 1, please do let me know what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're working on. I'm very excited to hear about it. It sounds quite like it has long-lasting potential. That's what it looks like in the cards, because we have a lot of major arcana here. And I'm very excited for you. If you'd like to go more in depth, because remember this is just a general reading, do book a personal reading with me. Check out the description box. And if you haven't yet, do remember to like and subscribe. And beautiful pile 1, I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello. So pile 1, how sneaky are you to have manifested a bit of a love reading in a career reading? Very clever of you. Who are you? I want to know all the pile 1s and all the pile 1s who are watching this. Please do me a favor and let me know in the comment section. Who are you guys? Because I feel this was manifested. That's what I feel. I feel like I've been manifested to do a love reading in a career reading. Okay? Especially since we're working with such powerful energies here. I had to search for these 2 people. So I feel, I had to search for them in the deck. I actually wasn't going to do this extra love reading. I just want to say that. But as I was driving home from a healing client, I was literally like, no, Taryn, you've got to. You've just got to do it. Okay, so what's happening is I feel like there's, with this career as well, I feel like this might also be, for whoever's watching this, you might actually be doing some work with your twin flame. I'm going to say it. And you're doing some very big divine mission and building a business off that. And that doesn't necessarily mean it always has to be romantic when I'm saying love reading, right? As well. This could just be someone that is very much like you, that you completely resonate with and you have a deep love for them. But maybe it's not a romantic love, because I'm feeling for some of you, it isn't actually a romantic love. And for then others of you, it does actually feel like a romantic love. What is driving this connection is complete authenticity and beautiful self-expression. So if this is romantic, you need to keep it in that space, because else it's not going to work. And I feel 2 people who are very different in the way that they show up in the world, in the 3D, but are very same in the spiritual realm. And I feel that the person that you might even be if you're involved in some sort of career where you're working with this business partner, and this person is maybe feeling like there could be something else, I would say there's a possibility, right? And you should allow yourself to actually explore that. I'm so hesitant to say that because I don't want to mess up with your business, but be mindful of that too. You will know how this resonates. Just be quite clear about your boundaries and make sure that you're rooted in the right values, and be clear about, when I say boundaries, where's business, where's play, where's love, where's pleasure, all of that stuff. But yes, also if you're not working with anyone in that space that seems like they could be a romantic partner. I just want to feel, if you're here, maybe you even chose one of the other piles and you ended up going like, no, I want to watch the love reading. Why does pile 1 only get a love reading? There is a very beautiful divine counterpart out there for you, and maybe you've met them. If you do, you're going to feel a tingling in between your heart chakra and your solar plexus chakra. I'm feeling it there right now. Don't force the tingling. If you felt it, let me know in the comment section. I'm so excited for you. But yeah, there's someone there for you. There's someone there for all of us, but this is just coming through as a confirmation that this is happening this year. Like, whatever time that you're watching this reading, it's happening in this year. Okay, it is there. And beautiful being. Super excited for you. That's what I'm going to keep it at. I'm not going to go into it any deeper. And remember to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And if you'd like a personal reading for me to go a little bit deeper in this, check out the description box. Mwah! Bye, pile 1. Properly. Bye, pile 1. Okay, bye-bye. See you in your next reading. Ciao. Hello, pile 2. Welcome. This is your reading. If you chose the Bumblebee Jasper, I must say, as I'm just holding this crystal, I feel really excited. I feel that there's a massive new opportunity on the horizon, and I feel like I can feel it in my solar plexus. I mean, this is a yellow stone, very much. And I feel like whatever you're asking about, if you're looking for a yes or no answer, the answer is definitely yes. And I'm also feeling that the thing that you're asking about is right for you. Excuse me. So the thing that you're asking about is really right for you, and I feel like it's in alignment with your destiny. Those are the words I want to use. This feels like it's in alignment with your destiny. And whatever challenges that you're experiencing, if there are any, but I don't feel like there are many, it feels like those came up to lead you to this point, and if there still are, it's because they're honing you. I'm feeling very much like this. The stone is quite smooth, even though I don't really actually think it is tumbled. I think it's sort of just been, yeah, it's kind of tumbled, but not it doesn't feel like it's been manufactured in that way. It feels kind of natural in it, because there's still a lot of grooves and bumps here. And I feel it's been an organic process to get to where you are. And I feel like you've trusted your gut quite a bit. And what's very important for you, pile 2, is to keep trusting your gut, okay? And if you felt it in your gut when you chose this pile, do let me know. I'm very keen to know that. I'm going to look at your oracle cards as we go further in the reading. I'm going to shuffle with my absolute trusty Rider-Waite deck that I've had for a few years. I love this deck. I know everybody else using those fancy decks, but I like to keep it traditional. I'm not gonna lie. I know this is, I just do. That's kind of who I am. So, pile 2, if you're new, welcome to the Priestess Sophia. If you're a returning subscriber, always happy to have you here. I really appreciate your support. If you're new, do remember to like and subscribe, especially if you are aligned with the vision and mission of listening to your highest guidance, which is your intuition, right? Your inner tuition is your intuition. So pile 3, your career. How is this situation going to play out? Take a deep breath in, a slow exhale. See a root dropping down from your spine into the ground, connecting with the earth's core. It's going to help you ground you and help you feel into these messages. Ooh, okay. You might be working with a few stubborn people. Some stubborn people. Some stubborn people. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay, we're going to go with that. That. draw more as we go along. Okay, so you've got the 8 of Pentacles. That's very important. You've got the 7 of Wands. You've got the 8 of Swords. You've got the 2 of Swords in reverse. You've got the 7 of Swords. You've got the 8 of Wands. Okay, 7s and 8s. We've got triple 8 here. That's a sign of abundance for me. So triple 8 may be a sign for you in this I wanted to say in this connection, but it is some sort of connection. Maybe a sign for you regarding your career, as well as 777. Okay, so you've got to choose your battles. There we've got another 7. Isn't that interesting? It's literally this card being repeated twice. Okay, so we were talking about stubborn people. We've got play. Don't be so serious. And we've got bat spirit. A rebirth is assured. Okay, so I don't feel like something has come to an end. I feel like you're in pile 2. I feel like you're in a situation where it is very tricky. So I said it feels like you're working with very stubborn people. I almost feel like my throat is closing up in a way where I'm not being heard. Like I feel like that. But what I also feel, whoever you're working with, it's just this person is so egoic. The people that you're working with are so egoic. They're very stuck in their perceptions. We've got 8 of Swords here. And we've got 2 of Swords underneath that. And I just don't feel like these people are going to ever try and see your way. If we look at it, we've literally got a blindfold here and a blindfold here. And you're being advised to not don't fool yourself. Don't get caught up in these people's nonsense, in their BS. Please stop. Now, the bumblebee came through as a very strong, positive messenger in the beginning. So that's a good thing, right? Because these cards are not showing like, oh, sunshine. But we're talking about solar plexus energy here. Okay, let's break it down. Okay, so firstly there's a positive message behind this. There's a positive in all of this that's happening. This is definitely part of your destiny. This is definitely part of you moving into a space that's going to get you in alignment with what you stand for. Look at this. We've got this person standing up for themselves here. Very powerful. And we open the reading with the 8 of Pentacles, which talks about skill. It talks about hard work. It's a good card to get in any sort of career reading. Always. And right underneath the 8 of Pentacles, we have 8 of Wands. So we've opened with that. This is the energy. So what I'm seeing here is there's going to be a lot of opportunity that comes out of the situation that you're in, which is what we were hearing about the bumblebee. So I'm going to get more into this. But what's important for you to understand in this situation is that these people do not see what it is that you stand for. You can see this person's blindfolded here, and yes, you're standing up for what you believe in, but underneath that we have the 7 of Swords. So is it upright or reversed? Okay, it needs to be upright. So I don't feel like you're avoiding your truth and not standing in your conviction here, but it seems like there is be mindful of not doing that. Stay in your space. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand in your values. Know your worth. And be strategic about how you play this situation. The people you are dealing with, like I said before, are just not willing to change. They're not going to change their perceptions. It's a complex situation. They're not willing to take off their blindfolds. They're going to be the way that they are going to be. So this is why this card comes through as choose your battles. It's talking about assess the situation. You may, for some, I feel like, be dealing with a group of directors where you've actually got to feel like you have to explain yourself quite a bit. And you're dealing with a lot of people who themselves are quite egotistical, And then they're also egoic, so they have perceptions of how things should be done, and they get very much stuck in the identity of who they are versus maybe choosing the best idea for business. And what you're being advised to do is what matters the most. Okay, look at what matters the most, and then once you find out what matters the most, pick that thing and deal with that thing first. Don't argue about every little thing, because you need your energy here. This is why it's saying, I'm seeing Seven of Swords comes up a lot of the time for me also, but be strategic. Pick and choose what you focus on, because you also need to preserve yourself here. The more you do that, the more skilled you are going to get, the more opportunity you're going to get to move through the situation. I feel like this pile is specifically probably working for a company, or you're dealing with, like I said, a board of directors. This could be even funders that you're asking to fund some sort of business that you're working on. You've got to be smart in your communication, and you've got to keep working at your communication. And the more you can be strategic about which issues are of the highest priority, and you focus on those, the more you're going to be able to move and make way that you need to make way in this specific situation. So how is this going to play out? It's going to, with this card, what we've got over here, we've got a rebirth is assured. So this card talks about whatever's happened, whatever's died, whatever hasn't worked out, because I do see that there's been a lot of arguments here. There's been a lot of deception, maybe even some people lying about specific kind of contracts and not coming through on what they said they were going to do on their contract. That is done. A rebirth is assured. There are new opportunities that are going to come out of this, but you need to play it smart. Don't get hot-tempered. Stay in your conviction. Stay in what you believe. But choose what you choose to focus on. Be mindful of that. And then also have fun. Celebrate. Don't be so serious. Which I think is also a confirmation of this beautiful Eight of Wands opportunity energy coming through. And this rebirth is assured. There is going to be a victory at the end of this. There is definitely a victory. We see it here with the seven of does he call it spirits? I think it's wands. It's the Seven of Wands in this deck. But we see it here with this choose your battles and the play. It's like, you will win this. You will win this battle. But you just need to, in Afrikaans, in South Africa, they say, hou vas. So it's like, stand strong, hold strong. But again, I cannot emphasize, don't waste your energy on nonsense. Just don't waste your energy on nonsense. It's not worth your time. I think that makes a lot of sense, pile too. Let's see what else wants to come through. Okay, so we got the Queen of Wands. Yeah. So this for me is like trusting your, yeah, there we go. So this is just talking to me about ego came through so strongly. I don't feel like this is you, but there may be, it's not. I feel like is it? So there may be someone that you're working with, someone who is quite compassionate or appears to be compassionate, and it actually even may be you, is that you maybe want people to like you. Maybe you have a little bit of a people-pleasing situation. Now is not the time to be nice. It's not the time to be liked by everybody and try and be the diplomat. It's more important for you to actually stand up for what it is that you believe in. You don't have to fight to do that. You don't have to create drama to be heard. You can just stand in your truth. And that is going to help you save your empathic, sensitive energy, because I do feel that you're quite empathic or sensitive. There also may be either an HR person or someone who takes on like an HR kind of role, who may be causing this situation to be a little bit difficult because they're trying to people please everyone and placate everybody. I feel like Spirit is telling you, do not worry about them. Be objective, all right? Be objective. Things are going to return to balance. Remember, a rebirth is assured. And I do feel that it's very important for you to remain in your integrity. Do not be the King of Swords in reverse. Don't get hot-headed about this. Be mindful of your communication. I heard they are watching you. You're dealing with people here who seem to have a lot of pull and a lot of authority. So I'm not saying become like them and play down to them, not at all. This reading is not saying that at all, but it's telling you to be mindful of your integrity. And there may be a mentor, which I feel like could have been a past mentor, probably 5-6 years ago. Very interesting that that's coming up, who may be able to give you really good advice on this. I would also check that contract. Contract came up. So check contract, check proposals that you're sending out, check any communication that you're sending out, and be super, super, super clear on it and how it needs to be worded. That is very important for you, pile 2. All right, pile 2, I feel that there's definitely going to be a victory for you. So there's a celebration coming out, but you've got to keep your wits about you, and you've got to keep your integrity about you. This has been quite an interesting reading. I'm feeling a lot of supercharged career energy here, which is great. So keep it up. And yes, if you'd like to look more in depth and have a personal reading, to check out the description box. And if you haven't yet, remember to like and subscribe. And I'm sending you so much love. And I'll see you in your next reading, pile 2. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you chose the blue calcite. I really love this crystal. This one isn't mine. It's actually my brother's. I just borrowed it. But there's something very special about this one. And especially because it's got a lot of dark blue in it. So I feel whoever has chosen this pile, I feel like you're rediscovering your truth and learning the difference between self-betrayal and self-preservation, if that makes sense. That feels quite strong. And learning that white lies just aren't worth it. Like, white lies are just not worth it in any sort of atmosphere. And it's because I'm seeing a lot of this like white standing out here. And when you do energy work, whites can also actually be deception. And I feel like you're getting rid of the ways that you may have been hiding from yourself. So that's pretty great. Welcome, if this is your first time at the Priestess Sophia. I'm so excited to have you here. And if you're a returning subscriber, that is dope AF. Like, so happy to have you here. I'm really in a good mood with this pile. That feels like a really good energy. This is your reading on your career and how the situation is going to play out, with some advice to come in. If this is your first time, please do remember to like and subscribe. Here we're all about you following your intuition. So do tap into what feels right for you. You know, that is the intention of this channel. It's for you to get your highest guidance. And that's going to come through you. Whether you go see a tarot reader, a psychic, a doctor, whatever, you're going to always, you'll be able to sense whether what's being told to you is actually going to be the right thing for you if you're listening. We're there to be one another's mirrors and guide one another as well. But ultimately, we have to make our own decisions too, right? If you'd like a personal reading, check out the description box. And returning subscribers, I am super grateful for you. You guys have been awesome. What a beautiful community you are. Sending so much love. Now, pile 3, let's see what's happening in this career situation. Ooh, those wanted to pop out. Cannot deny that. I feel like we need to go with this. I feel like you change your mind a lot too, as well, pile 3. Is that true? Let me know in the comment section if that resonates. Struggle to make decisions sometimes, right? Okay, we're going to draw some more cards if necessary. So you've got the King of Cups, upright or reversed. Upright. Okay, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, upright or reversed. Upright as well. Okay. The King of Pentacles. Ooh. Kings usually represent the ability to see a goal, take it, and move forward in that direction. You may also be involved, funnily enough, with a business partner or someone very significant in your workspace who I'm hearing mentor. Let me know in the comment section if that resonates. We've got 6 of Cups as well. Then we've got 8 of Swords in reverse, upright or reverse. Reverse, okay. And then we've got 7 of Cups, upright or reverse. Look how we were talking about you not being able to make decisions. And we've got 7 of Cups. Okay, we've got find balance. I'm not surprised. That's 2 of Pentacles, basically. So I'm feeling like, okay, I'm getting what this is about. We've got Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. And then we've got Scarab, Beetle, Spirits. Magic works through you. Okay, I know what this is about. You have a choice between 2 options here. And when I said you may be working with a business partner, maybe there are 2 people that you could potentially be working with, and you have to choose one or the other, or actually between 2 different jobs, 2 different directions. What I'm saying is there's 2 different directions here. I do feel that one of these people is, if you're choosing between people, is definitely like a soulmate kind of business partner and someone you could be working with. You can have soulmate clients as well. Like whoever I ask to come for readings are often soulmate clients. So if you feel a pull, please trust that. Okay, trust your intuition. Trust your highest guidance, guys. Okay, so definitely whatever 2 options you have here, one of them is like the soul connection one, and is going to bring, I feel, a lot of commitment. Wow, I don't know why I'm saying commitment, but like one of them is going to bring a lot of commitment for some reason. Like I wanted to say fulfillment, but the word commitment came out. So maybe it's going to require commitment for you in the space. And one of them is going to be a lot more committed to whatever you're trying to achieve. What is also very interesting here is, look at this. This is 2 of Pentacles. This is, I can't remember what this deck is called. It's the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. And what I find quite interesting is, look at this Wheel of Fortune image that's coming up twice. And then we've got magic works through you, and we've got your guidance is divinely guided. So I really feel, choose the decision that like resonates with your soul. And what's going to be interesting about it is, one looks more financially viable and like stable and like the proper decision to make, because it's in like the 3D, it like ticks all the boxes. But then the other decision that you have is just more emotionally fulfilling, and there's something about it that just feels right, but it may not necessarily tick all the boxes. And you're finding yourself in a little bit of a tease because you don't know which one to pick, because they both feel good. But if you look underneath each of your options in terms of to make your dreams come true and to work towards whatever career goal you're having, we literally have 7 of Cups underneath the King of Pentacles, but we have 6 of Cups underneath the King of Cups. So I'm feeling like this option, the one that makes you feel more emotionally fulfilled, is the one that you should go for. Because if it were like this, like the one that looks right on paper, I would say that. And then, because what we're getting here with, what I'm getting with the 7 of Cups kind of vibe is, I don't think it's going to be a bad thing. It feels like it's a good option, but it's not going to be the one that is definitely going to light you up. And because we're having such strong like destiny pull cards here, and we're getting like your guidance is divinely guided, and also magic works through you, this whole card is about how infinite spirit, God, Allah, universe works through you to help you create your dreams. Dude, path 3, you are on like some divine mission here. Like this is your path, and you have to, under no circumstances, like trust what is coming through in terms of going for that emotionally fulfilled decision. Like your soul is speaking through you. You are being divinely guided in this decision. I also feel that what other message is also coming through here is that whatever you're actually working on, like whatever you have decided, because I do feel some of you, there may not be like a choice that you're making. You have already decided something. It's going to lead to emotional fulfillment, and it's going to lead to you being able to manifest exactly what you want and create the kind of life that you want, in terms of you will achieve your goals, all your goals, your financial goals, your emotionally fulfillment goals, your goals in terms of your mission and your desire. I'm like, this is a success pile, dude. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that what is going to happen here is ultimately going to be a success that you are going to feel. And you're going to feel it very strongly in your body. You're going to feel it and live it in a very concrete sort of experience. So whatever like stress or anxiety, which I feel like you are coming out of, because this is also for me telling, because you've got a blindfold there, is to not try and look at the surface decision of things, but rather go within, like trust the internal guidance, trust that what wants to flow out of you is more important than what you're seeing. So if you're having an idea about something at work, it's for you to more follow the idea that is coming internally, rather than like if you're a YouTuber, for example, like looking at the algorithm, or if you are working in a particular industry, let's say you're working in plastic waste, like collecting plastic waste or recycling, is rather not to look at what your competitors are doing, but rather actually look at like, what do you feel intuitively is the right thing to do? Because this, for me, pile 3, this feels like you are like on your divine path. You may have even called this in. I feel like some of you may have called this in, because I'm also just like seeing, like, look at this ladder, like walking up there. You've worked long and hard for the space that you're in right now. And whatever position that you're in, because I'm not getting very clear like specific, like what the scenarios are. I'm just really sensing that whatever you are asking about, boom, trust it. Okay, let's see what else is coming out here. What else does Path 3 need to know about this situation? But it's important for you to calm yourself emotionally, right? I feel like you get a bit caught up in your head, pile 3. Because I'm looking at this 8 of Swords card. And I feel like, okay, that's enough. See, look at what I'm talking about. Be objective. Like, you need to come back to yourself. Literally, find balance. Look at this. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, guys. Like, you cannot make this up. It's like come back to a space where you can be neutral, because that is the best place to feel and listen to your intuition. That's why I'm always telling you, take a deep breath in, because sometimes when we're doing these pick a cards on relationships, then we get so caught up in our feelings that we cannot hear the messages. And sometimes you're going to get to that point of clarity, and then a whole bunch of emotion is going to come through and come out, because it must, So start from that point, okay? You got a whole lot of sneaky cards that came up here. We got another King of Swords coming through. Okay, so we got 3 kings here. This is also very fascinating to me. What king is missing? The King of... Okay. The King of Wands. Now you got to make these decisions from a place of clarity. It's a very creative venture, I feel. And it's to allow yourself to, if you're thinking about traveling, if something involves traveling, if it involves like you importing something, and if you're like thinking about whether to go local or international, this is the potential to definitely go international. And if you're deciding about whether you should work with local suppliers or international suppliers, I'm really feeling that you should rather go with international suppliers. That's what I'm feeling. If you're thinking about expanding into an international market with something specifically, do it. Go forth boldly, but make sure that you are in an aligned, balanced place so that the guidance that wants to come through you comes through very clearly, because you will hear it. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Remember to have fun as well. Just remember to enjoy this. Enjoy this. Enjoy this. I do also feel that there's a potential, if you're working with a company that you started with yourself, and maybe you have 2 other business partners. If not, I'm seeing 3, like I'm seeing like this entity that becomes 3. And it could be that you're thinking about expanding into like branching out into 2 different spaces. Say you have 1 YouTube channel, you want to have 2 more. Say you have 1 division in your, you'll know what you're, because I don't know what I'm talking about, but say you have 1 division and you want to add like another 2. It feels like that is the right thing to do. I'm also seeing that there's a potential for, I'm hearing angel investors to come through on this. And do not be afraid to approach the people that you're thinking about approaching. Like if you feel like you're a little bit young in the game, like green behind the ears, that's okay. Just move forward. You have a really good idea here, whatever it is that you're asking about. That's a very specific message. So that was very specific. But otherwise, you have everything to make this a success. Like everything to make it a success. The place that I think that you may need a little bit more work is your social media marketing. Because it's funny, I keep talking about YouTube here, because out of all the kings that you do have, you have King of Pentacles, King of Swords, King of Cups. So what I would say is like, how are you looking in the public space? How do you develop that kind of community? Maybe there's a little bit of work that needs to happen there, but nothing to stress about right now. That is something that will come in the future. Right now, focus on the legs that you can, the spaces that you can, the divisions that you can. I think you know what I'm talking about. Pile 3, this is absolutely beautiful. Let me know in the comment section how this resonates for you. I would love to know what it is that you're doing. And I'm super excited for you, because this looks like a very blessed opportunity, very divinely guided opportunity, very divinely guided career path that you're on right now. Trust it. You can let go of this completely. As long as you make sure you're balanced and you're listening to the guidance that is coming through you, and you allow yourself to work with what wants to be birthed out of you, as opposed to looking at what everybody else is doing. Okay. If you'd like a personal reading and to go a little bit more in this, or something else that's niggling you, bothering you, then do check out the description box. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm and growing this channel and the mission on this channel, and I really appreciate your support. And I love what Lumiere says. It's a great way to support free tarot online, you know. And I'm really excited for you, and I'm really looking forward to doing your next reading. So bye, pile 3. Hello, pile 4. Welcome. This is your reading if you chose this cornelian crystal. It's kind of interesting little crystal. I think it's kind of quirky. So I do feel that whoever chose this pile, you're fun. Like, I feel like you're super fun. I feel like you have really interesting ideas. I do feel like you're quirky yourself. I think you're exceptionally creative. I think you may be a little bit wacky sometimes. And not everybody may understand you. And maybe it's been hard for you to do like a normal kind of matrix job. I feel like these are the artists, the creatives, the free thinkers that have chosen pile 4. Please do let me know in the comment section if that is you. It should be completely celebrated. I feel like you're very tapped into your intuition as well, and very much with your inner child. If not, your inner child is calling, and that is going to be very good for you. I also feel like a lot of you are going through a glow up right now. So please do let me know in the comment section if that resonates with you. So if you're new to the Priestess Sophia, welcome. You are so welcome. You are so loved. Do remember to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. It helps me tap into your energy to read the cards better, but also it helps to grow this channel, especially if you support the mission and vision of you listening to your own intuition. That is your highest guidance, right? And the more you can tap into that, the better life you can live, because you're living in alignment with your inner tuition. I love that. If you're a returning subscriber, I love you guys, man. I love you. I love you so much. If you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. All my clients are soulmate clients, so if you're feeling a pull, trust that intuition. Okay, so we are looking at what is happening in your career and how is the situation going to play out, right? This is it's very general-ish in that way, but I was really guided to do this. I was actually surprised because I was like, I usually do love readings, but I guess I'm following my highest guidance and going where we need to go with this, right? Okay, so pile 4. Stick with me. Stick with me. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what's happening. Wow. Is someone trying to make you stay? Okay, so we got King of Wands. That's interesting because in pile 3, this king didn't come out. And we were just talking about the creative, wacky people. And here he is, the drama king, you know. And look at me going on, okay. Really good with the public. Lizards might be a sign for you. You may even have like your name might like one of your like maybe a pen name or an online name might even be lizard. That's quite cool. Let's see what else. Okay, slow to follow through on your ideas. Wow, we've got the Emperor. So we're making big. Ooh, pile 4. What is going on? This is good. Okay, and then comes out the 10 of Swords, but don't worry about that. It's in reverse. Ooh, the World's beautiful. So lovely. Look at these major arcanas. Okay, another person on their divine path, right? Hey, pile 4, let me know in the comment section. What are you guys doing in your careers? Okay, so we've got 3 of Wands in reversed. Upright reversed. That needs to be reversed. That's interesting. And then we've got Ace of Cups that just wanted to put itself there. Okay, that for me is very much a confirmation that if you are in a job now, because I was talking a lot about jobs, if you're in a job now, I want to say leave, but that is never a good advice really to give in terms of leave when you feel empowered to leave. The leave's energy is coming through strongly because I'm feeling that you feel that you should, and this is coming as a confirmation that you should. Now listen, pile 4, sometimes you can get intuitive messages, but remember, time doesn't work the same way that it works in the 3D. If you want to know more about that, please listen to the intro of this video's reading. Of this video reading, yeah? Do listen to the intro. So it's just a confirmation that when you are ready, there's enough stability and you feel like you can trust your forward motion, it will be good for you to make that change and leave the job and go and do what it is that you want to do. For some of you, you've just been offered a massive promotion. If that hasn't happened yet, you either need to apply or you need to move ahead with looking for a place that's going to give you a promotion. You are due for an upgrade in your career. I feel like for a lot of you, you've been in a place like where it's been kind of dead end, or you feel like you've been putting in a lot of work in things and it hasn't necessarily been going the way that you want. So what I'm seeing here is King of Wands is all about career. This is like the career dude. That's his thing. He's in tune with his divine purpose. He's in tune with what he wants for his life. He goes out there, he does it with drama, he does it with charisma, drama in a good way though. He knows how to build a community, he knows how to be influential, he knows how to network, he knows how to make things happen. And I feel like you've been trying for a while to get things to move the way that you want, and it hasn't gone the way that you want. But because this is coming up in reverse, we are done. You are now reaching a point where instead of this energy, we're moving more into the King of Wands energy. Okay, we've got the Emperor here too, which is confirming that. I feel like you also need to be clear on your strategy. You need to be... I'm feeling like there's a bit of a thing around routine here, because I am talking to my creatives. It's like we move forward, but we work in a way where we're exhausted. I'm also feeling a lot of night owls, because I'm seeing this here, so I just wanted to say that. But we work in a way that we're exhausted, and we need to find a bit more routine so that we can complete the projects that we need to complete, right? So I feel like structure is needed here, powerful. What you want to do is great. It's great for long term, and you need to think about moving forward in that direction and go with it and trust your flow. But you need to create a structure where you're looking after your body. I'm seeing that a lot here with the world, and what you're eating and how you're sleeping and whether you're getting enough sleep. I feel like that is very important, because I feel like there's going to be a massive forward thrust in your career, massive forward thrust in a thing and a goal that you've wanted for a very long time. But make sure that it's sustainable, because this is coming up in reverse, and I just want to hear why. Yeah, you have to make sure that your goals don't overtake your life, and that it is more in alignment with like your whole world, you know, because this is coming next to one another, where it actually where you're taking care of your emotional needs. It's like you could have this, say you have a movie that you've created and it's just done so well and it's starting to win all of these awards and things, but now your goals start running your life and you're not running your life anymore. And I feel that's why the Emperor is coming here, because the Emperor is very much about having a handle on life itself, right? He's the major arcana. So this is coming in as a reminder to do that. I also feel for a lot of you, it might be a good idea to get a mentor, because if you're really working in this sort of an artistic space, there may be someone who can guide you in a way that's going to really help you fully achieve your goals. So don't be afraid of doing that. Right? Don't be afraid of also asking for advice. It's going to benefit you in the long term. Wow, I didn't even look at your oracle cards. I just got so interesting though, right? There we go. Like what I was talking about, like getting swept up in the energy of your goals and not making sure that you're looked after and completely emotionally fulfilled. But what is coming for you, this is meant to be. This is coming as a gift from the divine. It's like you've asked for this. If this is an answered prayer, this is an answered prayer. But some of you will already know this is an answered prayer. Continue. If things have gone a little, it's okay. It's just part of like the natural flow of things. Like, you're not always on an up rise, like things go through, like the tide, there's low tide and there's high tide, right? Okay, so giving and receiving. Interesting, right? We're talking a lot about making sure that your goals don't run you. So this giving and receiving is a lot about that. It's about reciprocity. It's about making sure that all aspects of yourself are being taken care of. And also, yeah, what we were just saying, take a break, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. What else do we need to even say about that? Hey, do we even need to continue? I'm really excited to see what the next card is. Like, do not work yourself into oblivion, person. Don't let your goals overtake your life. You still have a life as well that has other aspects, other parts of it. Okay? Can you read this? Take time out. break. I'm laughing because, come on, you know why I'm laughing. Like, this is not even peeps. Peeps. Ah. Okay, what's also lovely, I'm being really ridiculous here. We've got 9 and we've got 6. So 9s and 6s may be of significance to you, but I'm also seeing it like they're flipping like this. I'm getting that you might be a little bit temperamental. I don't know why. Or they might have actually, because I was talking about high tide and low tide, I'm getting the sense that the spirit is trying to get me to tell you that like there's going to be like upswings and downswings, and you have to understand that even if you're on your divine path and you're following your purpose, it's that kind of high low tide vibe applies to everybody. It's natural. The ocean even does it. You know, there's winter, there's spring, there's summer, there's autumn or fall, as you guys, or you'll say fall. I don't know, like my American accent. I'm not an American, so I can't say it like you, but I hope you can appreciate that I tried. But yes, beautiful being, I don't even really feel like this is a bear. It's like hibernate, like take a bit of a break. You deserve it. You know, take time out. I just love the message that's here. It's like a life's work, a life's work. So it's what I'm feeling is this is part of like, you're going to be doing what you're doing right now. I feel like you're going to be doing it your whole life. It is like your divine gift, answered prayer, divine mission. It's going to bring you a lot of fulfillment. It's meant to do that, you know. Birds might be a very important sign for you. You might even have the surname of a bird as well. That's just confirmation that that's your reading. If that is you, do let me know in the comment section. The other thing is, it's also like to understand that because you're doing what you're meant to be doing, you really do have to find that structure for it, you know, because otherwise you are going to get yourself to a space of burnout. I'm just going to draw one more card for you, pile 4, just because I feel like I actually feel tired after doing this reading. And it's interesting because we've got sacral chakra energy, and orange can also often be like quite a like kind of energy, right? So I do just feel like you need to go rest, beautiful being. Like, go take a break. I'm just going to draw one more. There we go. Okay, this is beautiful because it's like, what do you want? Your wishes are being answered. Look at that. Beautiful emotional fulfillment. This is how the situation's going to play out. You are going to be emotionally fulfilled. Your wishes are going to be granted. I want to say God is on your side. So you can allow yourself the rest that you need. That's what I want to say. So pile 4, what an exceptionally beautiful reading. I mean, I loved reading these cards. If there's something else that you'd like guidance on, I also do healing through doing tarot. Do let me know in the comments, not in the comment section. Do check out the description box, and my email is there, and you can contact me. I know a lot of you have said that you found the readings quite healing. That's in my energy. So I'd love to work with you if you feel called to do that. And do remember to like and subscribe. It allows me to tap into your energy and read better for you. And also it's supporting the understanding and vision of listening to yourself, right? And being okay with making decisions that are right for you. Like allowing us to step into our true selves, right? Following your intuition. All right, beautiful being. Thank you for such a lovely reading. Let me know in the comment section how it resonated, and let me know what you're doing. I'd love to know. I love reading your stories, and I'm very excited to read for you again. And pile 4, I'll see you in your next reading. Bye.